I have come to Dean Cemetery to find the grave of a Lieutenant John Irving, who was a British explorer and was part of the ill-fated Franklin expedition of 1845, which had set out to map the Northwest Passage. So the expedition was not successful. There was no survivors from the expedition. Now, they weren't heard from for a considerable amount of time. You're talking like 2 years before they launched a search party, and that was because of pressure from one of the expedition's family members. So yes, 1848 they did start searching for them. They didn't find them or the ships, but they did find evidence of a camp. So there's further searches over the years. Obviously not a rescue mission anymore, more of a recovery / investigation. And it isn't until 1879 when a shallow grave is discovered on King William Island. And among the possessions with this body is a mathematics prize medal inscribed as belonging to John Irving, 3rd Lieutenant HMS Terror. Now that body is returned to Scotland, which was Lieutenant John Irving's place of birth, and he is interred somewhere in this cemetery, if I can find him. So there was 129 men in the expedition, none of which survived. As far as I'm aware, only 2 bodies were recovered and brought back. One is John Irving. The other, I need to pronounce this right, Henry Le Visconti. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. He is buried at Greenwich in London. So that's the only 2. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can find Lieutenant John Irving. So here is the grave of Lieutenant John Irving. Born 1815, died 1848 to 1849. So it does have some details on it as well about what happened. It's also got some other interesting details on it. If you can see here, I'll zoom in, that is a depiction of the medal that was found with the body, the mathematics medal. And below that we have a depiction of the funeral that would have happened for him on the island. And lastly, the very bottom, the rocks piled up is to signify his grave, his original grave. So there we have the final resting place of Lieutenant John Irving. It's good to see that there's some flowers been laid here, that people still do care. There we go. Rest in peace.